Hi students, grade 11 English presented by Binila. Let us move on to prose 3 Forgetting by Robert Lind, part 2. Take a textbook, unit 3, Forgetting. Prose. So forgetting, first page, it is completed already in the part 1. So let us move on to second page, that is page number 67. Before moving to the third paragraph, let me recall you the first two paragraphs. So in this first two paragraph, the writer Robert Lind, he explains about how the people remembers the things, that is like telephone numbers he remembers, addresses of his friends, and even the vintages they remember, right? So this was explained in the first paragraph. Second paragraph, he says about the memory, it is crowded with actors and actors, cricketers, footballers, murderers. These all the things people remember. Even they remember the appointment dates, the lunch and dinner appointment dates they remember, and long past August season they remember, weather they remember, and even if they had a wild meal during the summer, the person remembers. And many people, they never forget to any clothing in their dressing, they never forget even a single item in their clothing. And many people, when they are coming out of the house, they never forget to shut the front door. And many people, they never forget to turn off the light before going to the upstairs. These are all the things we have seen in the second paragraph. Now let us move on to the third paragraph. Okay, let me read the third paragraph and explain. There are, it must be admitted, some matters in regard to which the memory works with less than its usual perfection. It is only a very methodical man, I imagine, who can always remember to take the medicine his doctor has prescribed for him. This is the more surprising because medicine should be one of the easiest things to remember. As a rule, it is supposed to be taken before, during, or after meals, and the meal itself should be a reminder of it. The fact remains, however, that few but the moral giants remember to take their medicines regularly. Certain psychologists tell us that we forget things because we wish to forget them, and it may be that it is because of their antipathy to pills and potions that may people fail to remember them at the appointed hours. Here, Lind says that in some matters, human memory works less than its usual perfection. Only a systematic man can always remember to take the prescribed medicines. So, are you a systematic man? Systematic man, what he will do? He will take the medicines everything in a proper time, right? So, but here he explains that medicine should be the one of the easiest things to remember. Is it whether it is easy to remember? You can remember that how he is explaining is because medicine is usually taken before or after or during meals. So these times only we will take the medicines, right? So when the doctor is giving the medicine also, he will tell you to take after meals or before meals, like that. Okay, so this meals itself, it is itself is a reminder for you that you have to take medicine. But only a few remember to take their medicines regularly, right? Many people, they forget to take their medicines. So here some psychologist says what the psychologist means, the person who studies the human mind and behavior is called psychologist, right? So here the psychologist, what they are telling is that we forget things because we wish to forget them. So what is the reason of forgetting? So if you are learning something and you are forgetting, what is the reason behind that is you wish to forget them because you don't like that. Many people, they dislike to take the medicines and tonic. So they fail to remember the correct time to take the medicine. Here antipathy means strong dislike. they doesn't like to take pills and potions. It is called antipathy. Okay, so for that reason only they forgot to take the medicines. The next paragraph. This does not explain, however, how it is that a lifelong devotee of medicines like myself is as forgetful of them as those who take them most unwillingly. The very prospect of a new and widely advertised cure all delights me. Yet, even if I have the stuff in my pockets, I forget about it as soon as the hour approaches at which I ought to swallow it. Chemists make their fortunes out of the medicines people forget to take. In this paragraph, the author tells that he is a forgetful man, though he is a lifelong devotee of medicines. A new and widely advertised cure-all medicines, it delights the author. He is very happy of that. And even though he has the medicine in his pocket, yeah, every time he carries or he has the medicines in his pocket, he forgets to take it at the correct time. So for that, he is telling that because of forgetting, the people is forgetting. No, for that, the chemist means the people who sells the medicines or who makes the medicines. Everyone is called chemist. Okay, what they will do means chemist makes a lot of money. How they are making a lot of money is, it is because of people they forget to take medicines and therefore their illness is not at all cured, and so they have to buy more and more medicines. So what will happen when they are buying more and more medicines? The chemist can make a lot of money. So this is what will happen. So he humorously he remarks that chemist makes a lot of money in that. Okay, the next paragraph. The commonest form of forgetfulness, I suppose, occurs in the matter of posting letters. So common is it that I am always reluctant to trust a departing visitor to post an important letter. So little do I rely on his memory that I put him on his oath before handing the letter to him. As for myself, anyone who asks me to post a letter is a poor judge of character. Even if I carry the letter in my hand, I am always past the first pillar box before I remember that I ought to have posted it. Weary of holding it in my hand, I then put it for safety into one of my pockets and forget all about it. After that, it has an unadventurous life till a long chain of circumstances leads to a number of embarrassing questions being asked, and I am compelled to produce the evidence of my guilt from my pocket. This, it might be thought, must be due to a lack of interest in other people's letters, but that cannot be the explanation. For I forgot to post some even of the few letters that I myself remember to write. The explanation is, according to Lind, the commonest form of forgetfulness is in posting letters. It is the commonest forgetfulness. He is always unwilling to trust an outgoing visitors to post an important letter because nobody trusts the other person for posting letters. So before handling a letter to a visitor, Lind gets his assurance, as a Lind trusts not much on the visitor's memory. If anyone asks Lind also to post a letter, then the person is a poor judge of character, he feels. Okay, so if somebody is believing you that you will do some work and you are not the person to do that action in a correct one, you feels that they are the poor judge, right? Like that, he also feels that if somebody is asking him to Lind to post a letter, then the person is a poor judge of character. And even Lind carries the letter in his hand, he will cross the pillar box and forgets to post it. So for the first time, if he see any post box, he will never post it, he will forget. And sometimes he tries to hold it in his hand, so he puts it for safety in one of his pockets and forgets all about it. So what will happen? He often in his hand he will keep that, and getting tired of keeping in that, he will put it in a pocket for safety, but after that he will forget it fully. The letter which is not posted, the person will come and ask for, they will be asking. So this leads to an adventurous life. So at home also he faces embarrassing questions, and the guilt is brought out of his pocket. So because of the guilt, it will come out. This is might be thought that must be due to lack of interest in others' letter, but that is not, that it cannot be the explanation for that, because he has forgotten to post some of his own letters also. So we cannot blame that because of others' letter he is not interested. We cannot blame because he has not posted his own letters also. So lack of interest is not the explanation for this. Okay. The next paragraph. As for leaving articles in trains and in taxis, I am no great delinquent in such matters. I can remember almost anything except books and walking sticks, and I can often remember even books. Walking sticks, I find it quite impossible to keep. I have an old fashioned taste for them and I buy them frequently, but no sooner do I pay a visit to a friend's house or go a journey in a train than another stick is on its way into the world of the lost. I dare not carry an umbrella for fear of losing it. To go through life without ever having lost an umbrella, has even the grimmest jawed umbrella carrier ever achieved this? The explanation for this paragraph is, by leaving these articles in the train and taxis, Lynn feels that he is not a great culprit. That is delinquent. Delinquent means a person who is regularly involved in wrongdoing. That is called delinquent. So he feels that he is not at all a culprit. So he says that he can remember almost anything except books and walking sticks. So he often remembers even books. He finds impossible to keep his walking sticks also, because he has an old fashioned taste for them and he buys them frequently. This old fashioned walking sticks, many people they used to collect all these things. So like that he also was had a very great taste among this old fashioned walking sticks. So frequently he used to buy that, but when he pays to visit a friend house or goes for a journey in train, then it is sure for what is that, another stick is going to be lost. So for that he is very careful. So it is very difficult for him to go through his life without losing an umbrella. So taking an umbrella also, it is a very toughest one for him. So he feels not to carry an umbrella with him whenever he travels in his life also. The next paragraph. Few of us, however, have lost much property on our travels through forgetfulness. The ordinary man arrives at his destination with all his bags and trunks safe. The list of articles lost in trains during the year suggests that it is the young rather than the adult who forget things, and that sportsmen have worse memories than their ordinary serious minded fellows. A considerable number of footballs and cricket bats, for instance, were forgotten. This is easy to understand, for boys returning from the games have their imagination still filled with a vision of the playing field, and their heads are among the stars or the hearts in their boots as they recall their exploits or their error. They are abstracted from the world outside them. Memories prevent them from remembering to do such small prosaic things as take the ball or the bat with them when they leave the train. The explanation. In this paragraph, Lind tells that a few of us have lost much property on our travels through forgetfulness. So many people, you might have forgot something in your travel, and because of your forgetfulness you might have missed some things, right? So but the ordinary man doesn't forget his bags and trunks. So trunks is carrying carrying things like bags, you'll have your trunks also, no? So this everything ordinary man doesn't forget. So it is not a common thing to forget this bags and trunks. But here they are comparing with the young one with the adult one. So who used to forget often is, it is the young rather than the adult who forget things. So than the adult who is forgetting, young people are forgetting. So what is the reason also he is telling in this paragraph? Compared to the ordinary people, that sportsmen have worse memories. So he is comparing, first he is comparing with the young one with the adult, and next he is telling about the ordinary people with the sportsman who has worse memories. So comparing to the ordinary man who is able to forget many things, sportsmen only they forget. What is the reason also he is telling? A considerable number of footballs and cricket bats are forgotten by them. So what they forget, the sportsmen, what they forget is like footballs and cricket bats, these all the things they forget. So these boys, while returning from the games, they have their own imagination filled with a vision of playing field. So what they will be doing, always they will have a lot of vision. What is the vision? How they have played, what are the errors they made, this all the things it will come in their vision. So only what is happening, they forget all their things, and their heads are among the stars and their hearts in their boats. So always they think high and they think about the errors also. So they recall the exploits are the errors. Exploits means they feel their heroic acts, so or daring acts, heroic acts or daring acts, or the actions what they have done it. These everything what they will do, they will always think. Okay, it will recall in their minds. So they do not pay attention to what is happening in the outside, like absent minded people, no? So here abstracted is the word is given, inattentive. So the people lacking concentration on what is happening around, that is called inattentive, or we can say abstracted. So how these people will be? They will be inattentive. What is happening, other activities, other things what is happening, they will never notice at all. And the memories prevent them from remembering small dull things, like taking the ball or bat with them when they are alight from the train. When they are getting down from the train, they forget these all the things are. So they should take the ball, or they should take a bat, this everything small things, they forget. They will never keep it in their memories. They prevent from taking these all things up. Next paragraph. For the rest of the day, they are citizens of dreamland. The same may be said, no doubt, of anglers who forget their fishing rods. Anglers are generally said, I do not know with what justification, to be the most imaginative of men, and the man who is inventing magnificent lies on the journey home after a day's fishing is bound to be a little absent minded in his behavior. The fishing rod of reality is forgotten by him as he daydreams over the fears of the fishing rod of utopia. His loss of memory is really a tribute to the intensity of his enjoyment in thinking about his day's sports. He may forget his fishing rod as the poet may forget to post a letter, because his mind is filled with matter more glorious. The explanation is, they are the citizens of dreamland for the rest of the day. They are means they are called the anglers. Anglers means the people who fish for pleasure called anglers. Okay, so these anglers, what they are doing, they forget their fishing rods and also immersed in their dreams. So always they are in the dream, so they forget about their fishing rods also. So the anglers are the most imaginative men. So these anglers means that is catching the fishing for the pleasure they will be going on. These anglers, they are imaginative men, they are telling. And the fishing rod of reality is forgotten by them as they daydream over the fears of the fishing rod of utopia. Utopia means it is a dream world. So always they have the dream or daydreams about the fishing, these all the things, no? So because of that, they are losing their memory, and their memory loss is a tribute for their thinking about their day sports. So day sports, morning fully they will be having the sport, no, for so that they'll be thinking, and they may forget to take their fishing rod, as the poets may forget to post a letter, because the anglers' minds are filled with the matters more glorious. So they'll be very happy, no. So he's comparing with the poets, they used to forget to post the letters, everything, no. Like that, the anglers also minds are filled with the more glorious, they forget these things, that is a fishing rod, everything, they forget some. Okay, so the remaining paragraph we will see in the part 3 of this lesson. Until that, you can go for reading the book back exercise, that is a glossary, you can read and understand the meaning. So this will be your homework. Read and learn the meanings from the guide also. Okay, thank you students. Bye bye.